Hello everyone and welcome to Cinema UHC Season 7. Cinema is a recorded round created originally by Kanako and Shadow Apples and currently organised by myself, in which each season we look at a popular movie or television franchise and we replicate that in a game of UHC. This season we're going to be replicating the 1980s horror movie The Thing, in which Antarctic explorers come to encounter a shape-shifting monster. We're going to be using an edit of the classic Moles game mode, where one player at the start of episode 2 will become a mole on each team. Although when the mole of this team dies, there's a small chance that another player on the team will become a mole. This won't happen every time, so it's kind of a potential mole's spin, and it's going to ruin the trust of your teams. Because of the fact that there'll end up being more moles than normal, once they die, there's not going to be any kits or anything, so the moles aren't going to have any extra powers, but they're going to end up having the numbers over it. So that's pretty much it for the game modes. It's a random team of 5, and Vernon's gonna do the teams because I said he could.
Tiago's an idiot. Alright,
yeah.
Blue team. We have Santa tags from Frenzy. Agent 07. 007 Mercury Paradox, Vanilla Freaksit, Ripper Steve M5 Nice Glasses, and Lord Laylaps from Australia. Red team, 78 Ford from Cars, Chloe Winterwaffle, Cold Bacon from Spider-Man, and Quill from Purple team. We have Bushy Half and Mr. Craftinator and Daffs and Lego Beast and Yellowvit. There's a lot of winter suits here, looking snazzy. Yellow team, the best team. Jamie's outside the cage. Then we have a big blue robot, Scribbler, and Ixolock from Nuzlocke. The other blue team, Evan with the mailman, Dom from Lego Beast, Speedo Shire, Shy Chungus, and Miles One Baseball. And then there's the orange team with Potsy UHC, Longa Vita, Lenbra, Mathy, and Tommy SX. And let's get fighting.
Yeah. Have fun, boys.
Fortnite!
No one told me the intro started. I did not hear it. No one told me. I was in the entire time. No one told me that intro started.
If you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. They say that I'm reckless because I'm relentless. They spit on my face and crush on my name and taking my life in vengeance. Yeah, you could try and blame us and try and take what's sacred, but we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness.
Hey, guys,
Hello.
welcome to Cinema.
Yeah, welcome.
Where do cows go on their first
Oakwood.
date? Where do cows go on their first date, guys?
Whoa, we got
Where?
apples.
Movies.
Whoa, we got books.
Oh, let's go. Cinema, get it?
With that being said, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it for
That's
this.
it from my
one.
perspective. I'm done recording. Hey, make your own crafting table, maybe? Hey, Bushy.
Craft. Let me snag that wooden pickaxe from you once you're done with that.
Okay.
What's up, man?
Hey, Bushy.
Yo.
What do you call cheese that isn't yours?
Nacho cheese!
Yes! Yes!
We're just on the same wavelength right now, dude. Honestly.
Let's go.
Do you have a
it.
joke for me by chance?
Yeah, I do.
What?
Why did the rabbi
Okay, I already don't like it.
not accept extra payments?
Why?
Because he only took tips. Oh wait, shit, I fucked it up. Why did the rabbi not accept commission from his circumcision jobs? Because he only took tips, yeah.
Great. Bushy, I swear to God, get away from my crafting table.
I'm making tools.
Yeah, that's great. I want my table back.
Okay, all
Okay,
yours,
so
dude.
speaking
Go
of
nuts.
rabbis, what's the third mole chance? Like,
Wait a
third
minute, where
second
the
mole.
fuck did all the
It's
animals go?
Pretty
It's
sure
the
it just
first
halves
100%.
each time.
It just halves each time, so it's 100% for the first
Huh?
mole, 50% for the
yeah.
second, and then 25 for the third, and
25,
12.5.
okay, yeah.
Only
If you
killed
have a
few of them.
12.5, if it's 2 players and there's a mole, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would suck.
Are we just gonna ignore that Kyle robbed us? Wait, that's a village.
There's-
Oh yeah, there's a
Wait,
village over
village?
here.
2 players and both are malls.
Whoa, this is a
Kyle,
freaky
I call,
village.
Kyle, I call the carrots if there's carrots.
Okay.
I mean, if there's
Guys,
2 players and
Antarctica's
they're both
insane.
malls, they're team again, right?
No, if there's 2 players and like one of them, there's only one
Here,
of them can be
take
a
some
mole,
of the
that's on.
books.
Oh, I already have 10,
oh,
but
okay,
thank
I
you
got
so
you.
much,
I
Kyle.
remember last, like,
Yeah,
the film time for
exactly.
this
Now we
first
have more
season was an
books.
anime movie, and that was awesome. I wish we'd go back to the days
The days of what, anime?
of anime movies in cinema.
Yeah. But it broke because it was anime, so yeah.
Yeah, it broke.
Hey,
Quote,
Bushy, what
unquote.
pack are you using?
I'm using a default edit. It's like,
Oh,
it's called
that's,
blank.
It's so cool. I'm using a glyph pack.
That's awesome, dude. Which glyph pack are you using?
The rainbow edit. They support everyone.
Gay pride. Alright. What about you?
I'm missing-
Oh, dude, I found a cactus.
Hey,
I'm missing a
Bushy,
sunrise pack by its calling.
Yeah,
Shout out
what?
to its calling.
Bushy, what do you call a pig that knows karate? A pork chop.
Oh my god, I should have known that one. I'm fucking stupid,
pretty-
you fucking idiot.
I
Sam,
just found a
fucking
forest.
God
What?
fucking
You
damn
found
it.
a what?
I don't trust
Or
it.
actually,
no
you know what? It might be outside of the border. Yeah, it is.
There's no
okay.
forest in
Yeah, that's what
Antarctica, you
I thought.
idiot. God.
Oh, is that where we are? Antarctica?
Yeah.
Welcome to
have you-
Around the World,
so,
guys.
Me and Carter watched the thing Kill Count before we got to this, and it's actually a really good movie. But basically like some alien shit happens in these Norwegians go to Antarctica for some research mission, whatever, and they find an alien like frozen in the ice.
Oh, I just found an
Ooh.
ice temple.
And the
Also,
alien,
the malls are the aliens. Okay.
yeah,
Guys,
the alien.
I found a temple.
Interesting.
What?
I found
a
a temple,
cactus,
but like
yeah.
it's made of stone and ice.
Oh, there's skeletons. I
Oh,
don't
that's
wanna
the
fuck
thing.
with those guys.
There's structures. That's
Oh,
cool.
there's dude. No one's first damage yet. Should I do it?
No.
No, I'm gonna go for Iron Man. You're right, Daffs.
Gamble.
Cool.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
I'm a good
thanks for
person,
motivating me.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Are we all on the same page that if we kill Quill, it's like pushing over a kid in a wheelchair?
Oh, wow, I got... Oh, my...
Pretty cool move.
Depends if he's lagging or not.
Jai got his
Okay.
first damage.
So I got 23
Really tall.
gold and 5
Wow.
diamonds.
Oh, that's
Wow.
nice.
Damn.
Bushy, it's
That's-
kind of like if the kid in the wheelchair is standing up, how is I supposed to know that he's disabled?
It's just common knowledge.
His name is Yellowbit.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And that's what
Okay.
we call ponage, dude. I'm sorry.
A promo, man.
Pro momento número dos.
Pro momento número 2.
Alright, so who do you think the mole is already?
See someone. I see a
Tommy,
guy.
Hannah, Scrib,
Kyle.
Speed,
Hello.
Lego, Tiago.
Great. That's good. I think
Me?
it's the first person in every team.
Okay.
Before
Let's
me. Kill that guy.
Dominic.
You think that you're the mole?
Dominic. Yeah, I know I'm the mole.
Guys, I think
That'd be
it's the
pretty...
mole.
That'd be pretty nuts, wouldn't it?
Would be.
I like how mobs spawn in like a cluster together and they just
Wait, Kyle, come
explode.
here.
Huh?
I'm gonna make something. I guess.
Oh.
Wait, I need more. Hold on. It shouldn't be taking this long. I'm just really bad at this.
Alright,
Boom,
I've got
look at that.
a cave.
Whoa. You didn't have to flex on me like that.
Oh, I had to put you in your place.
Mikey Michael romance. Why would you say that out
You're
loud?
holding a grudge ever since I
loud in
rebranded a
chat.
flex on Olego.
Oh, dude,
Mikey
here's...
Michael.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. Was she?
Really found coal.
Yo, what's up?
What are cave
Uh,
generations like?
What do you call?
Vanilla looks like. Kinda.
Oh, yeah.
What do you call? Did I already do cheese isn't yours? Did
Yeah.
we do that one?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, we did. Nacho cheese.
Oh shit.
Jesus, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm really struggling.
Um...
That times.
Okay,
From
so
America.
you guys want to hear a 7-minute joke? It takes 7 minutes to tell.
No.
Yep.
Sure.
It's gonna have to be a majority, yes. Crafts are the
Yes.
tiebreaker.
I mean, we can't stop you.
Okay, so
Yeah, I mean,
wait,
what?
imagine.
Push away.
Lego, you're from the big city. You're from like New York, aren't you?
I mean, yes.
Like you've been to the big city many times.
Yes.
Okay, so what are there a lot of in the big city?
Your sidewalks.
Sidewalks, yep. They're usually next to like skyscrapers, right?
Yeah, and pigeon. Oh my god.
Pigeons, yeah. Yeah, let me tell you about the pigeon. That's a whole other story in itself. But between skyscrapers specifically, there happens to be a lot of hobos. Like a lot of them,
Okay.
right? Like, you know, a lot of homeless people in the big city.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So this story pertains to a particular hobo named Hobo Steve.
Hobo Steve. Okay.
Yes, and one day Hobo Steve's just chilling in his box that he's got on the side of the road, trying his hardest, you know, make a dime by begging, as hobos do.
Okay.
And Hobo Steve hears some commotion down the alleyway one day.
Ooh. Okay.
He says, "What's going on with that?" And he like walks over there, and it's a guy getting mugged. They're like
okay.
beating the shit out of this dude. Like, and then you know Hobo Steve soon realizes they're not just beating the shit out of this guy for his money; they're trying to kill him.
Trying to kill him. Okay.
Yes. So Hobo
So
Steve
wait,
runs over there.
So Hobo Steve is about to die, from what I'm knowing.
No, Hobo Steve's about to save this dude from dying.
Oh, okay.
Hobo Steve runs over there
Gallantly.
Gallantly.
Sure.
Yes.
Actually, no. I think I got that wrong
What
too.
kind of
I think it's
spawner?
Gallantly.
whatever.
No, actually, no. It's Valiantly.
Valiantly and displaying great gallant whatever. Anyways.
No, I don't. I think
found
that's
out-
okay. I think we're making up a word there.
Anyways, yeah, okay. So Hobo Steve runs over there, and he, you know, just kicks the shit out of these guys trying to kill the guy.
Right. Do we know the
Yes,
names of these guys?
No, they're not important. Don't worry.
Not important. Okay.
But the guy. Oh god, there's a creeper. Okay. And the guys,
Oh man.
you know, they run off. They run
Zombie,
off.
yeah.
Steve, you know, helps the guy up off his feet, and he's like, up on his feet, and the guy's like, "Oh my god, thank you so much. Like, those guys were gonna kill me. I'm involved with some like shady figures. Like, I don't know. I do a lot of weird stuff, like business, whatever." And the guy's like, "Don't worry about it, man. I'm just helping you." He's like, "Please, like, I don't have any money to give you as to show like thanks, but I have to, you know, like, what's your name? I have to thank you somehow." And the guy's like, "Hey, my name's Steve. I'm a hobo. You know, whatever." And the guy's like, "You know, I wish I could repay you somehow. So I'm actually on a cruise this upcoming week, this weekend." Wow. Lord dies, and there's the sirens to go get him.
That was good timing.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
Fuck.
And he's like, "I'm going on a cruise this weekend, and I'd like you to come as like my special guest. Like, it's all free of charge. Don't worry. Like, I can't thank you enough for this, regardless. Like, it's amazing. So, like, please come on this cruise with me." And he's like, I don't know. I'll have to make up my mind. I'll have to like think about it if that's all right." And he's like, "Yeah, where do you live?" I'm like, "I live in between these two streets. I got a cardboard box. You know, like you'll find it. It's a big cardboard box. It says Steve on it." The guy's like, "Okay, cool. I'll."
Just to recap,
yes.
Hobo Steve has committed murder.
No, Hobo Steve saved. He scared them
Yes,
away.
but okay, he scared them. Okay.
Yeah, he scared them away.
Okay.
And this guy that he saved is like offering him to go on a cruise.
Okay.
So he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll swing by your box some other time then, I guess." And he's like, "Okay, cool, I'll see you then." Dude fucking comes by like the day before the cruise and is like, "Steve, have you made up your mind?" He was like, "Yes, I have. I'll be going on the cruise with you. When do we leave?" And he's like, "Tomorrow morning at the pier. Be there. We'll have all the stuff for you." And he's like, "Okay, cool." Steve shows up at the pier, and he's like very, very nervous but excited to go on a cruise. You know, he's lived the life of a hobo. He's got nothing really going for him, so this is a new experience. The guy's like, "Steve, thank you." Oh, the guy's name is James, by the way. The guy that he saved is James. James is like, "Thank you so much, like, for showing. Oh my God, I was worried we were about to leave without you because like you just weren't showing up." And he's like, "Oh, don't worry. Glad I'm here." And he's like, "Awesome." And then like as like they're boarding the ship, Steve realizes, "Steve, you smell like shit." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a hobo." And he's like, "Okay, so the water's out on the decks right now, so we can't give you a shower or anything. But so if that's all right with you, can you just stay in the like lodge until all the guests that paid are done for the day? Like we can leave the bars and stuff open for you, and the pool and stuff. You can just go, you know, hang out there." And he's like, "Oh, sure thing, James. I appreciate it." And he's like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Like thank you very much for saving me." He's like, "Okay, cool." So he goes into the room. He's just chilling and playing Monopoly, doing his thing until, you know, about like 11 p.m. when the ship really starts like closing down for the night. He walks out there and James is waiting for Steve, just patiently. Comes out, welcomes him. He says, "Hey, here's the pool. Here's this. Here's the bar. Do whatever you want to do, man. It's up to you." And Hobo Steve is like, "Yeah, perfect. Okay, great." He's like just, you know, drinking around, trying the drinks, going to the pool, and then there's
Of
a
course,
giant.
like any normal person would.
Yes, you know, just normal person things. He enjoys his time on the boat, and he sees there's a diving board next to the pool, and Hobo Steve he loves diving. He used to dive in high school, so he thinks, you know what, I'll go up there and I'll, you know, give it a go. I'll see what I can do with diving. Hobo Steve throws himself up there, and he fucking, you know, gets up there. He's like looking around. There's no one else around. Just James watching him, and he does this dive, and it's immaculate.
Who
Like,
does the
it's a-
dive? Hobo Steve does the dive?
Hobo Steve does a dive that is immaculate. He does like
Interesting.
4 front flips, like 17 other kinds of moves, crazy shit, and does it without a drop of water. It's
It
amazing.
doesn't even get wet.
No, he's wet,
Oh,
but like
okay.
you know what I mean. Like there's no splash really, as any like
Oh.
he's an insane diver. And Kevin, no, I not Kevin, James. I don't know why I said Kevin. James, Kevin James from Paul Blart Mall Cop. James
And grown
is
up.
like, and grown ups, yes. James is like, that was amazing. You know, I actually forgot to book an entertainment, but if we can, like, get you to dive for us on the ship, that'd be crazy because, like, that was the most insane shit I've ever seen. Steve, you're amazing. And he's like, oh, thank you, Mr. James, I appreciate it, but I'm not sure. I haven't dived since high school, and I haven't really done it in front of a crowd ever. He's like,
So the course is owned by James?
yeah, the cruise is owned by James.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
Oh,
like,
wait, I didn't know that.
yeah, James owns the cruise ship. Like, it's his
I know
cruise
that.
line that he's running.
So he doesn't have any money to give Hobo.
No, he didn't have any on him at the time.
Oh, okay.
But he had a
yeah.
cruise.
Yeah, but he had a cruise ship. He's like, you know, I can just offer you time at the cruise. And he's like, oh, sure, man, whatever. That sounds cool.
A shrewd businessman.
Yes, he's very sketchy, but he's, you know, Hobo Steve reels it through his brain. He's like, you know what? This guy's giving me a free cruise, and I guess I can show my gratitude and just dive for him. So it comes time to dive at like around the end of the week, and he goes out there, like he puts on like a skin tight Speedo Shire.
Ooh,
And
that was
it
a good one.
is disgusting because Hobo Steve has not shaved in about 5.5 years or however long
Yeah,
he's
he
been a
didn't
hobo.
shave before the performance.
So what they did is they glossed him up, they fucking oiled him up,
They
shaved
oiled
him
him
down.
up.
They oiled him up, they shaved him, revealing his amazing hobo muscles. This man is a jacked figure.
Okay.
After years of living on the streets, like barely eating food, he is toned as fuck.
That makes no sense, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but okay.
So Hobo Steve, it's coming time to dive, and he's a little bit nervous, but he's like, I'll do this for James. Runs up to the pool, and there he is. He sees James. He's like, James, here it is. All these people came out here to see you dive. I've been talking up a storm about
You
you
mean
lately.
Steve?
James is talking to Steve. Yes, yeah, my bad. So James saying, Steve, all these guys came out to see you dive. It's gonna be crazy. Like, I've been talking up a storm about you for the past week. Everyone's excited to see this. And he's like, oh, okay. I mean, sure, man. And like, he's like, yep, the diving board's right over there. And he looks at the diving board, and it's a lot bigger than it used to be. In fact, it's massive. They took every like loose piece of furniture and all the other diving boards and stacked them on top of each other, making this diving board crazy tall, like a skyscraper's height.
Okay.
Steve looks at this. He's a little bit scared, but he's like, "Oh well, I mean, I said I thought."
I think Steve can do it. I think he'll do it.
Steve says, "Well, I mean, I said I was gonna dive, so I'll just go dive." And then he starts climbing up the ladder. Everyone's cheering him on. Are you okay, Lego Beast?
Yeah, I just took a quick fall, but no damage.
Awesome.
Cool.
I see that Jamie's on 2 hearts with
Yeah,
600 ping.
no, so.
Anyways, Steve starts climbing this ladder, and he's going. And he's going, and like everyone's cheering for him, and he keeps climbing and climbing until he can't hear them cheering anymore. That's how high up he is. He keeps climbing and climbing. He breaks the clouds. He comes out soaking wet, and it's freezing because he's so high up in the atmosphere at this point. And then he just keeps going and going, and at this point, he's getting hard for him to breathe. There's not much oxygen where he's at. He's so high up, and he looks down at like where he's at so far, and just sees that the ship is just a small dot of light on the ocean. And then Steve keeps climbing, and he finally makes it. He's like almost out of Earth, out of the
Out of
atmosphere.
Earth.
He's that high up.
Yeah,
He's
but-
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's absurd.
Steve looks
Ah.
around, holding his breath, and says to himself in his mind, "Well, the fastest way to get down is by
Steve?
jumping."
But
Steve-
I don't remember.
go Steve.
I don't remember how we preface this. Is this a joke?
It's a joke, yeah.
Okay,
So Steve,
okay.
so
I didn't
Steve,
remember.
Steve, gets to the edge of the diving board. He jumps a few times, and then starts going down. He plummets. He's doing somersaults and
Plummets.
flips and everything. He's doing all these diving techniques, it's putting the real flair into it. The Ric Flair drip. He's going.
Can
He's
people even
punch.
see him?
No one can see him. They just see him come down. He punches through the clouds.
Yeah.
He's like almost on fire with how fast he's coming out of the atmosphere. It's crazy. Punches through the clouds, hits the pool, not a single drop of water. Punches through the bottom of the ocean of the pool, through the hull of the ship, through the engine room, down to the bottom of the ocean, and he kicks off the bottom of the ocean after finally slowing down with all that momentum, and he pushes back up. Comes up next to the side of the ship as it's like slowly sinking because he punched a hole through it by going that fast. and he swims up the surface, and everyone's losing their mind. They're like, "Oh my God, Steve, that was amazing! Oh my God!" And, like they throw him like an inner tube to like to like reel himself back up on shore, onto the boat, and like the first person to greet him when he gets up back on ship is James. He's like, James is like, Steve, that was amazing. I can't believe you just did that. Like, how is that even possible? That was the craziest shit I've ever seen. He's like, you punched through the boat. Like, you went through the ship, and then Steve
Would the ship not be sinking right now?
It's slowly sinking.
Okay,
And Steve
but
looks at him.
no one's noticed.
No one really cares because they're so in awe at Steve's amazing talent.
Well, they seem they
And
should
then-
get their priorities straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like he's like, you punched the ship. I can't believe it. Like, how is that even possible?
I would be
He's
furious.
like, well, James, you see, I've been through many hardships in my life.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, that was it.
I'm gonna.
That's the joke.
That was the joke. Yeah.
User disconnected from the
That was so powerful.
I felt that. Okay, that wasn't
User
7
joined
minutes.
your
That was
channel.
more of 11 minutes and a half.
Yeah,
but
it can
okay, I'll
take as long
it.
as you want to. I had some interruptions from the peanut.
Okay,
Can it-
so I
yeah.
thought about it for a while, and I hated that joke.
Okay.
You thought about it. Okay.
I thought it was pretty good. There's a kid in my shop that just got here. He's like new in the platoon. He told that joke like 6 times, so I've heard it quite a few times now.
Remember, there's a really long joke that MPMG used to tell all the time, but I will not repeat it because that takes even longer than yours.
Wow, that's depressing to even think about.
Well, it's a very
Yeah.
good joke.
I believe it.
Yeah, this one was way too long for the punchline, for the payoff.
I mean, hey man, you went through a lot of
Hey, man.
hardships.
Yeah.
You stop
yeah.
repeating it. It doesn't make it any better.
It makes it a lot better. Alright, well, that's what I said. Did everyone like the joke? Because I didn't.
I
It
appreciate
took up
it.
like the entire episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, now we all have an episode title to use.
Hobo Steve.
Yeah.
Or hardship. I was gonna name mine hardships, but some people are like, "Ooh, Lego takes a lot of damage this episode," but no. Instead, the payoff is just a really shitty joke.
It's got clickbait.
Yeah.
They were gonna Lego Titan.
Old. Greatest joke of all time.
Okay, I have 44 gold.
I've got
guys timed it?
16.
That's awesome.
I have a
Yeah.
little more. I don't know, I just went off of what Daft said.
Alright, so I
You're
have
down
6 gold.
3 hearts.
Oh, 78 forts down.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal in a second. There's gold here, and I just need to
I
smelt
don't
it
have
real
anything,
quick.
but, you know.
Oh god.
This
I
kid
took
kind
more
of blows, I'm not
damage.
gonna lie.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what they were thinking.
I never mine well in cinema. I always mine, like, actual shit.
I never played cinema. Alright,
I never
have-
mine well.
alright, I now have 5 gapples.
What the fuck? Oh, it's 23 gold, that's right.
No, I found 23 gold in the temple, and then I just
Oh,
mined
yeah,
a
right.
bunch.
What's the R rate, so you know, Sam?
I don't know,
They
but
seem to be not super low because I've already gotten a fair amount of gold.
first I have to make.
Alright.
Oh, I keep on forgetting that I only have like a certain amount of wood.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
seven-
like 50
seven
crafting
enough.
tables and 64 sticks. And,
I'm just holding on to one. I usually make like a bunch of crafting tables, but I'm only have.
Well, moles get set in about 15 seconds, so.
I'm gonna be a
Oh,
mole.
I found gold under coal. It's fun.
You can
It's gonna
just,
be like Kyle and I.
just letting you know, if
First
it's
me,
me,
then
if it's
Kyle.
me, I'm asking for your guys' chords instantly.
Okay. Good to know.
Oh, see ya.
Thanks for
Alright,
watching.
see ya.